Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of season 2 here at Cambridge in the Career Mode RTG. Managed to find my Cambridge United kit by further unpacking since the move, so we'll be wearing this moving forward. Got one other one that I can wear in some videos as well that's not at the bottom of a box, so I might rotate here and there, but we're going to start season 2 today. We'll have a look at what we want to do with the squad, most importantly, because as you guys know, we're wanting to strengthen at striker, and there are a couple of other areas where I'd like to improve as well. We have, after last season, now lost Adi Aziz to Exeter. He left us, was our top goal scorer last year, but really wasn't that good. So we have a striker to replace. They ended a season review last year. The board are absolutely delighted with this. You can see our manager rating top left is 92. And I would like to think that we can go even better this season than we did last year. Of course, last season the board wanted mid-table. We finished just a couple of points outside the playoffs. Desperately unlucky not to get promoted. Really poor final run of games for us. Saw us fall actually out of the playoff spots into the mid-table or upper mid-table by the final day. So I was really frustrated with that. But with the state the squad is in, I think we would probably have gotten ourselves relegated from League One had we gone up last season. So it may be a blessing in disguise to have to spend one more season in League Two and improve yet further. We have a much bigger budget this year than we did last. £2.1 million available with almost £12,000 in the wage budget. Now, as we mentioned, looking to improve at striker most importantly. Currently we have Vargas there at present. I would also like a first team left back and a winger as well, whether that be to replace Reggie Lamb or to see Harrison Dunk drop out. Bejarano's been okay for us, but he wasn't amazing. He would like to leave, and I'd be open to letting him go. He wasn't as big an improvement, or even an improvement at all on what we already have, and I wasn't overly impressed with him. He did a couple of things right, scored us a good couple of goals, but he wasn't setting the world alight, so to speak. So I would be open to letting him go. We have a couple of other players that I would consider letting go as well, most notably a couple of the youngsters that really are much lower rated. I will, and I'll do it now actually, go and do another Scout Future Star, so we can do that in this episode as well. We have one scout out currently. I actually sent him out again. Pretty sure he's still out. Yeah, he's setting up a network in Germany. He's looking for an attacker, so a striker or a winger. We currently have not too many, but enough players in central midfield now, with Elliot Lee coming through, potential of 82 to 94. Ewan Edwards with potential of 85 to 94. I really don't need any more centre mids because I've got a number in the squad already, and with these two added to the list, we certainly don't need any more centre mids. So I'm praying that my Scout Future Star isn't a centre mid. With regards to centre back, we have Billy Martin here, whose physicals look decent already, so we can train his technicals, and he could improve to become a very good player. I'm actually going to remove Toby Kelly now, and Archie Harrison could still become a very good centre back for us as well. So hoping that almost everybody here could become a first team player in the next couple of seasons. With regards to what the board want from us this year, it's slightly more than last year, but relatively similar. They want me to sign one youth player to the senior team in the same season they were scouted, so that will be hopefully our Scout Future Star, and play them as either part of the starting 11 or coming on as a sub in just 5 games. That shouldn't be a problem with 46 available in the league season. They want me to grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points and have them play 5 matches again. And as soon as they've grown, play them in 5 matches either as... Yeah, so basically once they've grown by 5 points. Again, that shouldn't be an issue, especially with a Scout Future Star. We want to keep a streak of at least 85% attendance in 5 consecutive home matches. We should be able to do that. Keep salary growth under 30%. That's not necessarily going to be too easy considering we want to improve the team. Want me to fight for promotion? I'm going for automatic promotion this year, if not a league win, if we can make the right signings. Round of 32 of the FA Cup, again, is going to be particularly difficult, but it does count. Round of 32 of the FA Cup, that criteria, round of 32, for some reason, if I reach that round of 32 in another cup competition, then it counts for that criteria and it will fill it. We got lucky last year by doing that, and hopefully we can do the same again this year. I don't expect us to get to the round of 32 of the Premier League, of the FA Cup this season. Now, I mentioned I'm looking to improve at left back and at striker. We currently have a couple of strikers on the shortlist. Mason Greenwood, he was out on loan last year for Manchester United. I'm not looking to buy him, but I might be open to loaning him if they'll let me have him, which they might do. What I'm going to do, I just wanted to double check that I could loan him. I'm actually going to back out of this deal for now, because I want to get your guys' opinion before I go ahead and deal with a striker signing, because I want to get you guys on board with the potential striker signing. His wages are... Oh, okay, what I actually wanted to do was not agree that deal, but it appears I've just agreed a deal. Well, he's going to come in then. Okay. Well, to be fair, he was the most popular option, and he can play in a number of positions. We could even play him out wide. We also have Alan Sousa on the bench as well. Uche's here, and we have Cyril and Gong. I wasn't expecting them to accept that straight off the bat. I might reload the save. In fact, I am going to reload the save because I don't want that deal to go through. So I'm going to go and reload the save, and then what I actually want to do is sign that left back, Penny. I want to ensure that I sign the left back Penny. I want you guys to let me know what striker I should go for. I was just double checking to see if I could actually go in for the loan deal there on Mason, and evidently I can. I was expecting Man United to offer me an option to back out. I'm actually going to take the goalkeepers off the shortlist now that we've got Quinones, and we're going to continue training our young Bulgarian as well. But Matt Penny is a player I would like to buy in this window. He's valued at about £920,000. He's not on much wage-wise. He has the potential to get to the late 70s. He's grown from 63 to 65 in Season 1. Actually, what I might try and do is offer my other left-back as well. And they'd be open to that. That's great news. That might lessen the transfer fee slightly. So I'll offer them £850,000 plus Norville Williams, and hopefully we'll be able to agree something soon. They are going to agree for that. That's fantastic. If we can get Matt Penny in, then that's one position filled already before we've even advanced the day in Season 2. We will be simulating the pre-season tournament, of course, as we now do. But as was the case last year, in Season 1, I went through the entire transfer window in the first episode. I won't be doing that today because obviously I want your guys' feedback and your suggestions for the striker role. That I'd be open to if I could just remove that bonus. I'm quite happy to give you £2,800 a week and 28 grand. 3,002 is still very much agreeable for a first team left back that has the potential to grow quite well. So I'm going to remove the centre mids because I know I don't want a centre mid. Sorry, Luke Berry. I would love to bring you back to the club, but not just yet. So we have Bissek here, but I think I've got a number of young centre backs that I can use. So we're looking for a striker. My transfer budget is about 1.26 million, so I probably won't be able to buy anyone of adequate quality, but I could loan someone. I could certainly loan someone. So do let me know if there's anyone you think I could loan. From basically anywhere in the world that I could use as a starting striker. And then once we've got that loan deal done, we will then decide what to do with regards the rest of the squad. I'm actually just going to adjust my training preset here. I'm going to load this, and I'm actually going to take... What I'm going to do, I'm going to take Perella out and let him grow of his own accord. Otherwise, he's going to grow too much, and I'll end up not being able to use him, or he'll want to leave the club, basically, is what my brain is telling me. Right, Billy Martin was the player I wanted to start training in his place. So we'll do that there, and we'll do the same here as well. Perez at 68 rated is certainly already good enough for the level we're at. Can I train any more defensive? I can't. We'll train his passing thing, so you guys know that I like my defenders to be good on the ball. So we'll keep doing that. And actually, I should have saved that preset. Never mind. I'll do that next week. But we shall continue forward, and now go and simulate the rest of the pre-season. There's up to £1 million available in this pre-season window, or in this pre-season tournament, to be won. Interest being shown in Cyril and Gong and Greenwood, but you guys might want to offer me alternate options. Sorry. So Vargas is currently on international duty, which means well, probably Robinson or Foy are going to have to take over in this starting lineup. I'm actually going to put, there you go, and I'll put Jake Carroll on the bench as well. And we can put Vega back into the squad now that he's recovered from his injury. And hopefully Banku will be back sooner rather than later as well. I'm actually going to release one of, if not both, Edwards and Robinson, because they're just quite simply not good enough at this particular moment in time. So we'll wait and see what our Scout Future Star is before I commit to that. But we'll just sim our way through this pre-season tournament now. And fingers crossed, get ourselves the results we need to earn some extra money for the transfer window. Because if we can win this pre-season tournament, which is going to be difficult, but if we can win this pre-season tournament, then we would have, again, probably enough, with maybe the sale of a player or two, to afford to bring in someone permanently rather than on loan. But, oh, they've had a man sent off. But I am leaning towards loan at this particular moment in time. It's going to be a 2-0 win here against Livorno. That's a great start to the pre-season tournament. We shall continue forward. Harrison Dunk's questioning his role at the club. Osadebe is disappointed not to start. Harrison Dunk is a player I would consider letting go. Let me now just save that preset as defenders, and then I'll delete the other one because we've got Pirelli in that one. And then we shall train the midfielders because we did the defenders last time out. Lee growing well. Edwards is a player that I'm actually very keen on getting him up as high rated as possible this season. So I really want him to become my go-to CDM next year. We have Vega and Howison at present, and then players like Osadebe and George Maris will certainly fall by the wayside next season. So we will be trying our absolute best to ensure that we can get those youngsters into the first team fray as soon as possible. I may even put Hill on the bench ahead of Osadebe, which I will do. Right, I'm going to have to go and list Bejarano again because I went in and out of the save. So let me just go and do that quickly. And then we shall continue on with the next game of the pre-season tournament. And fingers crossed, win that as well. 10 minutes in here against Perugia. We're clearly on a tour of Italy in this pre-season tournament. Well, Perugia are battering us, evidently, with 2 goals inside a 6-minute spell in the first half. There's a third for Ranocchia. This one's not going as well as the first one, is it? We beat Livorno. Livorno are now beating Cittadella, so maybe we can get a result against Cittadella, and that would see us through. This is not going to affect, or this is not going to help our progression with such a heavy defeat by 4-0. But in the game against Cittadella, winner. Wow, look at that. Look. Everybody in the group has 3 points. So in each game, it's going to be winner takes all. Offer of 520,000 for Bejarano. I'm just going to accept that to ensure that the deal goes through, and Gdansk should be able to afford his wages of £3,000. So hopefully we'll see him leave. I will have to check the free agents list again, actually, to ensure that we don't miss out on anyone that might become a free agent at the end of that first season. I could start looking for regens, but at this particular moment in time, I think I'd rather rely on our own scouting system and youth scout system rather than going out and buying regens of retired players, because obviously in real life you don't get regens of retired players. So I'd like to stick with an edge of realism to this save. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose 2-0 to Cittadella, so we won't be progressing out of the group stage of the pre-season tournament. So we'll get the minimal amount of money from it, which is £352,000. So what does our transfer budget look like now as we head a little bit further and deeper into the window? We've got £1.6 million available to us. 1.6 to 1.7, which is enough to maybe buy someone permanently, but I'm not sure who that one player might be. Confirmation that Bejarano has been sold. He's gone to Gdansk, so that will boost our transfer budget slightly as well. We are up to £2 million now. I'm going to go and have a quick look through the free agents and see if I can add anyone else to my shortlist. So bear with me and I'll be back with you in a moment. I'll search basically 28 and under, because if there's anyone, even if they're 27, 28, they could serve us for at least one season. So I'll go and have a look through, and then we'll see what we got at the end of that. Right, I have a couple added to the shortlist now. A right back, a centre back, a right mid and a left mid. We are going to need scout reports before we make any definitive decisions. But with Stefano Martins here, I might be open to signing a new right back as well if we have the money available at the end of the window. This guy can play at right mid too. I'm hoping that his acceleration and sprint speed are closer to the 75 than they are the 65. And then tackling wise, towards the upper end of the 60s there. He might be okay with regards to the potential to grow. We have Bruno, Manuel, Lafuente, Nunez as a centre-back, 6'2", 85 potential strength, or 75 to 85. That's pretty strong anyway, and that can of course grow. And his tackling looks like it's going to be okay as well. Stand tackle could potentially be as high as 70, so he might be a good option at centre-back. Then out wide with John Miguel, Suarez, Garcia. Looks like his acceleration and sprint speed are quite good. I would like to ensure any wide players that come in are quite quick. Ball control looks like he's going to be good as well. Dribbling and finishing look impressive too, and he can play at striker. Right mid, left mid, striker. So he might be genuinely a really good option if we can, if his stats are as good as they potentially could be. And he's got 4-star skills as well. Then there's Godin, Bruno, left mid. Again, quick, 80 to 90 sprint speed, 71 to 81 acceleration, good agility as well. And technically, looks like he's going to have decent ball control and dribbling. So hopefully he could be a good option on the left-hand side too. It's just going to be a case now of waiting and seeing what the Scout Future Star looks like, or what position the Scout Future Star is in more accurately, to decide what we do moving forward. But a transfer offer for Lewis John that he has less than a year on his contract remaining, so I'm just going to accept that to ensure that he leaves. And hopefully they'll be able to afford his wages. Transfer offer for Giovanni Brown, which I shall certainly be rejecting. I'm still hoping Jeff can become one of our best players, or most effective players, this season. I was desperately disappointed that he missed a lot of last year with injury. Lee Watkins, I shall accept that bid as well, and hopefully he can go out and get us a little bit of extra money. In fact, what I might do is throw Giovanni Brown into the training schedule. So I'm going to go and do that. We're going to reject that offer for Mitov, and I will adjust my training accordingly and go and start training Giovanni Brown as best as we possibly can, because that's certainly something that I'd like to do. Transfer offer for Darling. We shall accept that. Harry Darling will hopefully leave us now. Transfer offer for Amu. That will be rejected. He's going nowhere. David Amu was a very good player for us last year. John is gone. Right. 78 to 94 potential for a striker there. We shall sign you. 52 to 70 is a no. 71 to 94. We'll give that another month. 75 to 94. We'll sign you. 70 to 94. Looking like it's going to be at the lower end if he's only a max of 50 at 17 years of age. We'll give this guy another month though. But Germany looking like it might be quite promising for us with regards to the youth prospects. Let's have a quick look in closer detail at a couple of those Germans. We have Herbert Ziegler, 78 to 94 potential, 75 acceleration, 73 sprint speed. Could do with some training technically, but hopefully at just 15 years of age and being 6 foot tall, he could be quite promising. And then, Baumann is a centre mid. I really don't need a centre mid. 75 to 94. If he looks like he's going to be more promising than Elliot Lee, considering he's got better physicals to start off with, although his strength is not quite as high, but he's 6 foot. Oh, they're both 6 foot. Well, they'll probably be in a straight fight between the two of them, Baumann and Lee, as to who gets to stay at the club. We'll wait and see how Baumann's potential window narrows. But let's advance a little bit further and see if we can get some more money in. Got full scout reports back now on all of the free agents we were looking at. 61 rated for Bruno Manuel Nunez. Bruno Manuel Lafuente Nunez. Stand tackle 64, so that's decent, but the rest of his technicals aren't as high as I was hoping, so that's probably going to be a no. Martins, 73 acceleration, 67 sprint speed. Not as good as I was hoping. That too is probably going to be a no. Bruno, 73 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. Unfortunately, I can only train his sprint speed, not his acceleration, but that's promising. 71 ball control, 68 dribbling. That's something to consider. You guys will have to let me know. Do you think I should go for Bruno or I should not go for Bruno? They reckon I'd probably have to offer him between 2.6 and 3.9 wage-wise. And then John Miguel Suarez Garcia, 75 acceleration, 78 sprint speed. Those those physicals look decent to start off with. He's 19 years of age, has 68 finishing. I'm almost certain already that I'm going to bring him in. I'm pretty sure. What does he reckon I'm going to have to offer him? Between 1,500, that is getting done. I'm bringing him in without even seeing who the Scout Future Star is going to be, because he certainly will add something to our team. Hopefully they'll sign rotation. No, they want important. Why is Joachim Blurb, the German international manager, his agent? That's particularly strange. Anyway, moving forward, I'll offer him as long a deal as I possibly can. Recommended wage is 1,900. I shall try and get him to sign about 1,500, and we'll see what they say. They might have 1,400. If I can do that and then remove the bonus, then you're more than welcome to have £1,400. Deal done. I think that's pretty promising. I'm quite keen to see how well he can grow. Let's have a look. What's his default position? It was right mid, wasn't it? I want to have a look and see what he is. Yeah, Suarez Garcia. I want to have a look and see what it says his status is. To see... Where are we? Showing great potential. That's very, very promising. It's very promising. Hopefully he can become a very good player for us. I shall perhaps throw him straight into the starting lineup until we get Banku back. Right, I'm very pleased with that. I'm going to throw Mitov there. Right, a lot of the youngsters have now left. So let me show you what I have remaining in my budget. Still about 2 million. We're still looking for that striker signing. I just want to go as far as I can to hopefully get my Scout Future Star. Which isn't happening. Darling is being sold. Matt Foy's up for 2 weeks, that's fine. And the youth squad. Right, is anyone growing? Archie Harrison is up to 60 rated. Again, I'd be utilising him as a centre-back, not a right-back. Toby Kelly, 75 to 83. I'm going to say no to him now. Billy Martin, 73 to 89. But his physicals are good enough so that I can train him and perhaps beat that potential. So he's still promising. Elliot Lee, 84 to 94. Of course, he's now in direct competition with Archie Bauman, 71 to 91. That's narrowed slightly. Hopefully it leans further towards the 91 because, of course, Elliot Lee has the potential 84 to 94. It's just those physicals really aren't showing much promise at present. Edwards is 86 to 92. Ziegler 76 to 94. Still potential for him to be quite promising. But I believe we're as far as the game against Swindon now. We're 1 day away. Please give me my Scout Future Star. We're not going to see the Scout Future Star before tomorrow's episode. Okay, so we have signed 2 players in today's episode. Suarez Garcia and Penny. And we've moved on a number of others. So we now know exactly how much money we've got to spend on a striker. Now, do I loan or do I buy? I don't know, as I'll be able to sign anyone worthwhile for £2 million. It's not that much, but we certainly could loan someone pretty decent. So do let me know in the comment section who you think I should get in tomorrow's episode. We will push forward and play the month of August and then get some gameplay in the video. But this one is all about making sure we are fully prepared to go for the League 2 title. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this series. The Achieve and Leave series is still going strong as well. So check the channel page if you missed episodes 2 or 3 over the weekend. I think episode 4 might well be coming out tomorrow evening. This series is daily, so make sure you subscribed. But for now, I'm very intrigued to see who you guys offer up as potential strikers. I'll see you next time.